Guys, can you hear me? Oh, you can, okay. There was some lag. It showed I had 0 viewers like a minute after I started streaming, so I'm like, what's going on? All right, so you're in here. Okay, now the numbers are updated. Great. I'm gonna wait for a few minutes and then I'm gonna get started. Oh, it's showing I'm offline? Really? That's weird. So it's Twitch that is having trouble. Okay, I thought it was on my end. Okay, great, then I know. What I think about EXO, I have no opinion on this thing. Looks like a random pump of the lows. Had big volume. Maybe in a few days we get a setup. Right now, no opinion on EXO. Yeah, I wanted a gap up too. I re-shorted it yesterday midday, and then the trade worked really well, and then it kind of had a strong close. I covered it, and now it's gapping down after gapping up initially. Super annoying. NVAX I covered too, but this thing is gapping up. Maybe he wants to go higher. I will watch opening range lows, but right now it looks like it probably wants to go to 100. INO does look weak. I have 50,000 shares located. We'll see. Opening range lows. Yes, I bought SHLL. I bought 50,000 shares when it broke out the highs of the day. I bought 50,000 shares 1994 average. I've already sold 15, so I have 35,000 shares left. It's kind of funny because I was on the beach on Friday. We played some games, we drank some alcohol. Like, I was drunk pretty much the second half of the trading day on Friday. So I was trading drunk. Everything was super dizzy. So I'm kind of happy I didn't do anything stupid. I know I re-shorted INO. right here. Oh no, sorry, when it broke down, it took out the highs of the day, put in a lower high, started breaking down. So I reshorted some here, covered before the close. NVAX I covered because it closed strong too. And I went long SHLL, and this one I'm up 500,000 on. So I'm very happy about this one. Dr. Disrespect leaves Twitch. I don't know who that is. I read something about it on YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, I already sold a third. I already sold 1/3 of SHLL. I think this thing could easily go to 35.40. Okay, game plan. Let's see. SHLL, I sold 10,000 pre-market. I sold 5,000 before the close on Friday. So I'm out the third from 1994 average. I guess this thing could easily go to 35.40. It's a slow stock. It's not a super fast stock. It's kind of a slower type, but it's working well. And maybe tomorrow, if it goes straight up today, tomorrow it's gonna be on short watch. I'm not gonna watch it for a short today. BCRX, I'm also long from Friday, 100,000 shares when it took out the highs of the day. It took out this nice range, had some big volume. And these COVID names, they have been running one by one. Past few, pretty much the past 3 months, but they're just running one by one. So I bought this one, had nice setup. BNTX, I'm still in from I think 2 weeks ago or from last Monday. I don't remember when I bought it this day here. I think, yeah. Anywho, it's just grinding higher. Sold 1,000 shares pre-market. FMCI I added on Friday. I sized down on this day here, whatever this day is. I think it was on Wednesday. I sized down a bit. And then on Friday I rebought. I have a bigger position now than I had before. I have 40,000 shares. It's flagging. It bounced off. Second time it bounces off the rising 20-day. This first time it undercut it, but this time it bounced off perfectly. This is what I'm always talking about, the stocks that ride the 10 and 20-day moving averages. You gotta pay attention. They're screaming at you. They're literally screaming at you. So far this thing looks very strong. I have no doubt this thing, or no doubt, if it can go sideways a few more days, I'm gonna add more because this thing may want to go to 25.30. APT looks like it's surfing the rising 10-day so far. D-Dog close below the 10-day. I sized down a little bit. Again, sell rules. When they sell close below the 10-day, always size down a bit. So that's that. Net is surfing the 10-day, been building higher lows of the 10-day so far. Twilio took out new highs on Friday. Meili surfing the 10-day. SC surfing the 10-day. DraftKings, I covered a little bit on Friday. I still think it's probably gonna find support on the rising 50-day. And I also lowered my stop to Friday's highs. Shopify, it looks like it wants to go with 1,000 plus, surfing the 10-day. Livongo surfing the 10-day. Labu surfing the 10-day. CS surfing the 20-day. PDD surfing the 10-day. Like a lot of stocks are just super strong. Zoom surfing the 10-day. Beely surfing the 10-day. NCLH is a meaner version setup. So this is a little bit of another. I was betting on a bounce, undercut the bounce of the 10-day. The 50-day moving average. So far it's kind of sluggish. So we'll see what happens with that one. Damn it, INO keeps gapping lower. Super annoying. Well, it depends on how much you have sold into strength, but usually selling down a quarter to a third is not a bad idea. But it depends on a lot of things, obviously. What is this I'm gonna go through some of the watches in 1 second. Oh, it looks like a growth stock. Okay. Okay. Capping iron. What's this K? Oh, okay. BHTG. Why is this thing up? Let's see here. Oh, it's COVID-19 related. COVID-19, whatever. Okay. Alright, Workhorse I sold on Thursday when it showed weakness on the presentation. This thing is gonna be a short setup in a couple of days. Hopefully this thing can extend to 20. Kadov I had as a long watch. I don't know. Maybe if it sets up later today. Nikola had a flush on Friday. I sold everything on Friday, as you know, as it started breaking this rising 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart. But so far looks like it's bouncing off the 20-day. We'll see. They also have warrants that become exercisable July 3rd, I think it was, or July 4th. No, July 4th is July 3rd. I think it was. Nete is super thin, but I'm stocking this one. It's in the EV sector. WRTC looks interesting. It's just been building higher lows. This is a non-lethal type of policing weapons or whatever. NVAC stocking for potential reshort. Fastly stocking for a short, but I really want this thing to go to 100 plus first. There's a lot of good setups. There's both long and short setups out there right now. Tesla I sold everything on Thursday, I think, or was it on Wednesday? I don't remember. But it is kind of setting up again. It found support on the rising 20, and we'll see. Anywho, there's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, SHLL may be a good short setup in a few days. IDEX? Yeah, IDEX to the moon. Yep. Man. Went down 70% in a few sessions. Too bad. That was some great sells. I sold it pre-market in the 290s when they filed the S3, and then it went down another 60% in a few days. That was a good sale. Okay. All right, market opens in a sec. Not super excited about anything out of the gate. Team, yeah, it looks good. It's a little bit of a choppy type of a name. This thing tends to pull back to the moving averages. It's a slower type of a stock. It's very choppy and mean reverting. It tends to pull back to the 50-day. So it's not one of the hyper movers. But if you can put a little bit of wider stop, and I'm sure this thing goes to low 200s or something eventually. It looks good. It looks good. But it's not a momentum leader. Be aware. It is not a momentum leader. CLSK. Yeah, we'll see. Ah, INO is tanking out of the gate. Hopefully it finds some support here and bounces a bit. This INO. It has some support on the 60-minute chart. But it looks like it doesn't want to fuck. I shorted some Fastly starter. This is the 4th day. It's up. This Okay, I know found support on the 60-minute chart, the rising 20 EMA so far. Oh shit. Oh, okay. I took a quick loss on Fastly. Lost 17,000. All right, let it extend. The higher it goes, the better it is. I took a starter NVAX. Oh shit, I accidentally did twice the size because I had 2 orders in. That's not great. That's a little bit of a fail on my side. Guys, let's keep the shatter to a minimum first 30 minutes as usual, because I don't have time to answer any questions right out of the gate. I'm trading. I just shorted 50,000 SPXL, just in case the markets want to pull back a little bit. I should have done TQQ, but I missed the entry on it because it's a bit weaker. All right, INO is now bouncing. That's great. I'm gonna re-shorted Fastly as it took out the lows of the day. I'm gonna add more. I added more as it went red. So 25,000 Fastly short. FMCI is trying to break on the 60-minute chart again. I bought 30,000 shares of BLDP here on Sector Momo and short break. mRNA is weakening. It's testing the rising 50-day again. Not sure what to do with it yet though. Oh, INO's about to go green. That's great. So I'm gonna look for the first red 5-minute candle. JD is trying to break down. That's interesting. That's a warning sign. When you start seeing leaders breaking down from the moving averages, that's not a good sign. That's why I'm also trying to do some shorts here, because the setups are there. I'm selling a little bit more SHLL and BNTX. These things are having some decent moves here. Oh my god! Fastly! Holy shit! Nice. There you go. Holy shit! That's a 4th day mean reversion setup. Oh, I need to cover some here. Straight down. There you go. Whew. I just got disconnected from my... Oh, I got disconnected. What? I'm also gonna size down a little bit to some of my longs. I'm gonna sell this NCLH. It's too weak. It's not going anywhere. The airlines and cruise lines want to go lower. I feel it. Wait, what? I got stopped out of SPXL? Wait. How the hell is this possible? What? Why am I not short SPXL? For some reason... Wait, what? No, what? How the hell am I not short this thing? Oh, for fuck's sake, there's so many things going on. Also covering some DraftKings here on the weakness. All right. Again, with this weakness, this is where you start looking for relative strength. Things that stick out. The stocks that want to go higher, they will tell you. It's all about listening. Like NVAX, this thing wants to go higher. It's gonna stop me out from my short. I'm gonna take a $60,000 loss on it when it stops me out. Because I unfortunately sized it a little bit wrong. I fucked up with my orders. SPXL, I don't know what happened, but for some reason I covered my short, break even. Must have been a fat finger. Damn it, faster. Now I wish I had done more size. My first target for Fastly is low 70s. That's where the 10-day moving average is. Low 70s. And the second target would be the, I don't know, $60 area, which is the rising 20. But of course, they will move higher for every day. So they're gonna keep moving higher. BLDP, I have no idea. I don't have a target for it. Just, I'm gonna let it run. I have no idea where my target would be. Ah, this is unreal. What the hell is going on? Why am I not short SPXL? What happened? Like sometimes there's so many things going on. Like I fat finger stuff, and I don't even realize I fat finger stuff. That's when it can get dangerous, when you don't realize you're fat fingering something. Like NVAX, thankfully I saw that I accidentally shorted it twice. But man. I'm shorting INO here. I shorted 50,000 shares of INO. Fastly? Oh, yeah. Yep. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Save. Yeah, AAL taking out new lows, losing to 50-day. ALK, DAL. Yeah, we'll see if they start bottoming here or if they're gonna go lower on the airlines. Holy shit, Fastly. Oh my god, I wish I'd done more size. Too bad I got stopped out the first time. Russell is strong though. Russell is very strong. Russell is showing relative strength. Interesting. Workhorse is gonna get added to the SM. No, sorry, Russell 3000. Okay. Wow! BLDP! Holy shit, it's new highs already. This is called a hight flag for those of you who are wondering. It's pretty much the only setup I've been trading. No, not really, but there's been a lot of these setups over the past few months. Or banks. But then they should be holding S&P 500 too. Alright, let's see what we have here. INO is a little bit above my entry. I shorted 50,000 shares. I may short another 50 later today. If it sets up well. But right now it's... well, we'll see. It's holding at a rising 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart. DraftKings, I did cover some. You know what? I'm gonna cover more. I've only covered about a third so far total on DraftKings. I'm thinking if it loses the 50-day, maybe it goes down to 25 or something. Fastly closing in on 200k in profits in this thing. So that's a nice one, and I think this thing has easily another $10-15 of downside over the next week or two. I think this thing will test the 20-day, and that thing is 25% lower. So this could be a $500,000 trade I have on the hook here, or more even. If net closes below the rising 10-day, I'm gonna sell down a third of it. I already sold about, I think about a third, or maybe even close to half. I don't know. I don't remember how much size I had initially. I think I had 50,000 shares. I don't remember. 40. I think I had 40. So I sold a third. I'm gonna sell another third, or half even, depending on how it closes. D-Dog. So far bouncing off the rising 20. So far. A lot can change. Okay, Zoom. Zoom looks vulnerable here. I'm gonna size down on Zoom. I sold 2/3 of my shares. And if it closes below the 10-day, I will sell the rest. It was a nice trade from this 213, 212 area. And I did add a little bit higher too, but we'll see how it acts here. It could actually be a short setup. You know what, guys? I'm gonna start stalking Zoom for a short. If it takes out the lows of the day later, I may put this thing on a short watch. I'm gonna sell the rest of my long and switch short. It's it looks vulnerable. Let's see here. Workhorse? I guess you're talking about the long. Okay, something's triggering here. KNSA, wow, this thing is so illiquid. Wow, BLDP, time to start selling some. Holy shit, this thing is straight up. My entry is 1426. Up 6%. I'm gonna sell a tiny bit here. Workhorse is setting up as a nice short for maybe potentially as soon as tomorrow. You did what? You chased EXO. Now I need to hold. Man Brown, you're probably gonna blow up with that kind of mentality. You're not gonna last for long. I'm just saying. There is no such thing. I feel like I chased. Now I need to hold. There is no such thing. I need. There is no such thing. That's all a mindset. If you feel like you made a mistake in the markets, you need to correct it right away before it becomes a bigger mistake. I'm just saying. Okay, which we want to hold, that's another thing. That's fine. As long as you have an out. Like I chase sometimes too, but I usually do smaller size and then have a wider stop, and that's fine. It's very important how you frame things. Like this X, so this thing has great volume, etc, etc. Well, actually today it has pretty shitty volume, but in a few days if it sets up there could be a setup here. Doesn't have to bounce, but you know, it could very easily have another leg higher. I'm just waiting for a specific setup that fits my criteria. Yeah, Tesla, so far it's holding up. Look at this. It undercut the rising 20-day again and put in a higher low. You can clearly see this higher low. These are things, these things matter. Like, you need to listen to the chart. The SPYs went lower, Nasdaq went lower. Look at this. Nasdaq went below. Nasdaq is still below Friday's lows. Look at Tesla. Tesla put in a higher low of the rising 20-day. The charts are speaking to you. All you need to do is listen. It's showing relative strength. A lot of stocks are showing relative strength. Russell is showing relative strength. This Nikola is a bit different case. It's more of a hype Momo stock, pump type of stock. But this thing is going back into range. Built a higher low on Friday. And, you know, tomorrow maybe there's going to be a long setup in this thing. This Niti, it's... I like the theme, but this thing is super illiquid. I cannot trade this thing at all. So I'm taking it off my watch. Workhorse hitting new highs. So let's see. Let's look at my portfolio. See what's showing relative strength. SHLL is obviously on its own planet. BLDP is breaking out. BNTX is also doing its own thing. Oh, NVAX, I got stopped out. I took a $77,000 loss on it. Oh man, that's what fat fingers do. I should have, as soon as I saw I fat fingered it, I should have covered down more aggressively. I only covered down a little bit because I wanted it to dip a little bit. I never did. Fuck. Like, this is a trade I was gonna risk like 40,000 on, and yeah, instead I lost 77,000. Not happy about that at all. Happens. It happens. This is what I said just 10 minutes ago. You need to correct your mistakes immediately. As soon as you realize you made a mistake, it may be anything like an entry or a position sizing error or just some random fat finger trade, you need to correct it immediately. INO probably gonna take a okay, INO so far pulling back the VWAP a little bit. IMPX? No. It's now finally breaking the higher lows on the 60-minute chart. It looks like shit. It looks worse than it has looked. First time in a while it looks like shit. It's just there's no Momo here anymore. I have an alert set. It needs to break that 170 area with volume, but the chart looks like shit now. Yeah, fake Eatmer. Yeah, exactly. They lost the McDonald's trial contract. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's just a lot of these big restaurant chains tried them out, and now they're getting dropped. McDonald's, Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, and now they've been dropped by several of those. I know McDonald's dropped them. I think Dunkin' or Starbucks dropped them also. So apparently fake meat is not a hit. It was just a hype from the beginning. Okay, Zoom. Okay, Zoom is now showing relative weakness. Interesting. Zoom is showing relative weakness. Zoom is showing relative weakness. Look at how close it is to the lows of the day, while Nasdaq is not at all as close. So we'll see. I just, you know, the thing is on Zoom, it was getting really tight. Like it couldn't really, you know, go up anymore. It just kind of went inched higher without really making much progress. So that's why I'm thinking maybe this thing is ready for a pullback. It's getting really tight on. It's very tight on the 60-minute chart, kinda ish. It's not an obvious setup, but it is showing a relative weakness on the intraday time frame. So I'm just gonna take a shot on it. Okay, SPXL. I guess it's good. I for some reason exited it for a tiny loss. Fat finger exited, because now I would be down a lot on it. So it's bouncing. Spies are bouncing off the rising 50-day area. Is Rad trying to get going? Sure. This Rad looks interesting on the monthly chart. This thing looks pretty incredible. Look at the monthly chart on Rad. Holy shit, it looks pretty incredible. This, you know, this is something to trade with a wider stop, but can this thing go to 25, 30, 40? Sure. It needs some time. Not for me, but it's an alternative setup. But not for me personally. Alright, things are starting to bounce a little bit. INO is weakening. SHLL, I'm gonna move my stop to Friday's close. So far so good. Labu undercut the rising 10-day and so far it's bouncing. PDD bounced off the rising 10-day, building higher lows. This thing is gonna be a long setup over the next few days. Could easily launch to $100. SC, the same thing, getting tight. Melee, same thing. Beely, same thing. These are high-tight flags that are developing. Shopify. There's some interesting setups coming up. INO is strengthening here. It's probably gonna stop me out. Macy's? Trying to bounce here a bit. Oh, NCLH, no way. Oh, I sold it at the lows of the day and now it looks like it's bouncing. Oh well, whatever. It's gonna set up in a few days, I think. Then I'm gonna rebuy. Oh, Beely's already. Oh shit. Shit. Okay. Beely. It looks great on the 60-minute chart. Net is bouncing nicely so far. Okay, I added another 10,000 shares to Beely. I have 40,000 shares Beely long now. I'm kinda anticipating a breakout. Hopefully it goes sideways for a few more days, but this thing is showing some incredible relative strength. Like this thing has been going sideways and building higher lows at the same time as Nasdaq has been pulling back. Like I'm saying this all the time. The charts are yelling at you. All you have to do is listen. Like, where do you think this thing will go once the markets stop going lower, or maybe even start going higher? This thing is gonna go straight to 55. So I'm kind of anticipating a breakout. Hopefully it goes sideways for a few days and then breaks out. I'm gonna add even more. PDD is a similar type of setup. Look very similar. They're both Chinese internet stocks. Or PDD is, I guess, e-commerce, and Beely is more of a streaming. Yeah, it's a streaming. It's like the Chinese Twitch. But they're both China internet-related stocks. So this one too. I'm gonna, if it starts breaking out in a few days, I'm gonna triple my position in this thing. I'm long from originally from like 52 or something. I've sold about 2/3 of my position, but I'm gonna triple my position once it starts breaking out. BLDP looks great. Pause. It's a silver stock. It looks decent, but I don't like trading. Silver looks very tight. It does look good. I mean, look, if silver breaks out, Pause is gonna break out. That's how it is. But commodity stocks, I hate trading commodity stocks, so not for me personally. All right, so far so good. And Beely's already going higher. What a monster. You gotta listen to the charts. Gotta listen to the charts. This is why these 3, 5, 7% type of pullbacks, or not maybe, let's say these 5, 10% type of pullbacks in an uptrend in a major indices, they're great at sniffing out relative strength. Like they're gifts. Pullbacks in an uptrending market are a gift. No, Workhorse I sold a few days ago. I'm not in. Workhorse is up 60% since I sold it. I love it. I love it. What can I say? Yay. Hopefully this thing goes to like 17 or something today and maybe 20 plus tomorrow, and then we get our good short setup. God damn, this thing is up. Oh man, this thing is up almost 300% from where I bought it a few weeks ago. Oh. I always sell these things too early. I need to get better at, I don't know, managing these pump stocks. GSX looks great. This is a hight flag, but there's just a lot of smart shorts on this thing saying this is a total fraud. I don't know. It keeps going higher. So this is just, do not trade for me. It looks good, but I'm not gonna risk my money on something that has both muddy waters and some other smart people on it. Yeah, don't trade GSX. It's not a short, it's not a long. If it gets halted for a couple of months, you know, it's not a good thing. SRNE going higher? I don't know, is it? I got stopped out on Friday. But yeah, I mean, it found support on the rising 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart. I guess it could go higher. If you're in it from low fives, where I initially bought it, you know, you can hold it. Fastly is weakening, looks like. Melee looks good too. It's a slower type of a name, but it's also building this high type flag type of setup. Shopify too. INO is weakening. That's good. You know what? I may even add more to this thing. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not. Maybe mid-late day. It's too early now. It needs to build a few more candles, and if it starts breaking down below those candles, I may add another 30, 50,000 shares. But right now I'm happy with the size I have. Okay, Zoom is weakening again. This thing is showing some relative weakness, I have to say. So far. Insider trade? No. Momentum trumps all. Insider buying and selling is, you know, sometimes I can take it into consideration, especially if it's some kind of a small cap pump stock. Like if I know insiders have been dumping into a big move, then I will get more confident shorting it once I get a good short setup. But other than that, I really don't give a shit about the insider buying, selling. I've seen a lot of stocks where insiders have sold, like, you know, CEO, CFO, and then the stock goes up several 100% over the next few months. And same thing, like I've seen insiders buying stocks and then the stock goes down another 50% over the next few months. Like, you know, they're not smarter than anyone else in the short mid-term. Long term, yes, if you have significant buying or selling, but in the short mid-term, the time frames I trade, insider trading isn't that significant. Just what it is. Yeah, they did. Okay. PDD, yeah, I'm already long, but I'm gonna hopefully go sideways today and maybe breaks out tomorrow or next few days. Like Beely and PDD look very, very similar. They're both China internet stocks, but Beely, the reason I added is if you see on the 60-minute chart, it took out the tight candle on the 60-minute chart after building higher lows while the markets were pulling back. PDD is not really taking out any range here on the 60-minute chart yet. And look at that, Beely, look at this. Beely is about to hit new highs. All you had to do was listen to the chart. It was screaming at you. It's like someone literally screaming in your face, hey, my name is Beely and I want to go higher. This is the power of relative strength. JD and GSX are another two China stocks looking good. GSX no trade, but JD looks like it's putting in a higher low on the 60 on the off the rising 20-day moving average on the daily chart. This thing has been building higher lows now. So as long as it doesn't break down, this thing could be also a high-tide flag candidate later this week. It's a very slow stock, but, or not very slow, but it's kind of slow. So it's not my main one, but because PDD and Beely are much faster. Re-entry on EXO at 5? Why 5? There's absolutely nothing at 5. Guys, don't buy pullbacks. Wait for them to find support. Don't buy dips. I don't know. I see support at 0. What's at 5? It's just a random level. I don't see anything there. On the 8th? 8th? 8th of June? There's nothing there. No. The last peak? Yeah, but it's a much different stock. The stock has turned over its float several times since the peak here in early June. It's a much different stock. These areas don't matter anymore. Just wait for it to build a range on the 60-minute chart and take it from there. Like if it gets back to 5, it's gonna be a broken setup. This is not an institutionally supported stock. It's just a random pump stock. Once it gets to $5, it's gonna be dead. That's fine. Abe's Life. If you go to my Twitter, look at the pinned tweet. There are 2 videos there where I explain a lot of my methodology and setups. So watch those videos. Yeah. In this room, we trade very specific setups. Or at least I trade. Everyone trades differently, obviously, but you need to have very defined setups that you know work over time if you want to make it in this game. Something that, you know, setups that come back over and over again every year, every decade. Like the setups I trade, there are mainly 3 setups. If I go back and look at charts from like like from 50 years ago or even 100 years ago, it's the same setups that occur over and over and over again. Same setups. There's nothing new under the sun. I don't do, or well, I do random stuff too, but I just, you know, I try to stick to these specific setups. Wait, I was gonna buy something. Oh, yeah. I bought out 15,000 shares of this WRTC. Gonna use a white stop on it. It's a very tiny position. It's just like, you know, in case it doubles or something. We'll see. I bought it in my Interactive Brokers account. I'm just gonna tuck it away. See what happens. Well, it's taking out a hight flag, and it's in a, it has a very sexy product. It's a riot play. Just like the body cam stocks were a few years ago, like DGLY and ISNS and those things. These were body cams, but like WRTC, they have some kind of a crowd control technology. So it's in a hot sector pretty much. Good chart and hot sector. Just like BLDP. Good chart, hot sector. Yes, Scan is building a hight flag. Yes, it is. Tesla looks good. Nikola looks good. Some very intriguing setups developing for the week. Some of these are pretty exciting. I have to admit. Oh, Blink is going. This is getting pumped as a battery play. I think, yeah, Dantes has been pumping this thing. Too bad I didn't pay attention earlier in the day. This is kind of interesting. DraftKings and GAN are pretty much the same theme, but DraftKings has been pulling back while GAN has been holding up and building a range. This chart is literally screaming in your face right now. For those of you who didn't pay attention. I know Reno paid attention. Reno has been paying attention. Reno is listening. Yeah, I looked at the Angeng. You know, look, there's so many things going on right now. I don't even want to trade any of these commodity plays or triple ETFs and these, or pretty much these nat gas and commodity trades. There's just too many things going on. It looks too random for me. It's still in a downtrend, and I just don't see anything here. Yeah, David, you're never listening. You never listen to anything. NVAX, yeah, this is gonna be a good short later this week or next week. Hopefully it can extend to 100 plus. What's INO doing? INO is weakening. Oh man, I'm tempted to add more. I'm tempted to add more INO soon. BA short? No. This thing looks more bullish than bearish here, in my opinion. It's stuck in the middle of a range. I don't see any setup on it at all. All the airlines are bouncing right now and taking out ranges. God damn, my NCLH sell was so bad. But in a few days, there's gonna be some good setups on these cruise lines and airlines, I think. Maybe as soon as tomorrow. Maybe as soon as tomorrow. This is TC2000. As you can see in the upper left corner. This platform is called TC2000. Etsy is building a flag, yeah. Etsy is building a flag. A lot of stocks are building flags. Now WRTC is breaking higher. This thing looks intriguing. It doubled, went sideways for a month, been building higher lows for the past 3 weeks, or actually went sideways for a month and a half. Or no, not so. Yeah, about a month, and been building higher lows for the past 2.5 weeks. This thing could double again. Very low risk. Yeah. Damn, this Zoom is not getting look at this. Nasdaq is green on the day. Look at the big bounce Nasdaq has put in. Look at Zoom. This thing has been building lower highs intraday. This thing is showing some relative weakness. For now. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I will short Zoom if it triggers. I will short it. On FTSC, I don't even know what the hell the FTSC is. If you are looking for investing, this is not the right stream for you. We are momentum traders here. Oh, British, yeah, I know, I'm just kidding. But this is not an investing stream. And we trade the US momentum stocks. If you're looking for investments on the London exchange, it's not really the right stream. Holy shit. SHLL. You're still interested? Oh, thanks. Thanks. There's two people who have called me interesting today. My mom and Just Chaffro. I feel very honored. Usually it's only my mom. Like my mom always tells me when I go upstairs, like I trade from the basement. I go upstairs to the kitchen. She always tells me, "Oh, you're so special," or "Oh, you're so interesting," when I tell her something. I'm just kidding, guys. I need to clarify, I'm just kidding. I'm not trading from my mom's basement. Or am I? Well, Uncle Cheesy, you're framing it like it's not like she's living with me. It's more like I'm living with her. I don't believe a word you said. I thought that was the truth. That would probably be a great spot to trade from. Oh. I love confusing the stream. Like, am I a successful trader or am I trading from my mom's basement? It's like half the stream doesn't know what's what. I trade from the first floor. Exactly. Yeah, HCCH. It's exactly, it's a hydrogen play. Yeah, no volume. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of this stock. Damn, this thing has no volume. I can't trade it. Just can't trade it. Square. Yeah, another one building a flag. Absolutely. There's a lot of these types of setups right now. There are. Give David 22k and he won't tell anyone you trade from your basement. Oh, he's such a kind soul. Yeah, the guy who was blamed for the flash crash, dumbest thing ever. Like an individual trader caused the flash crash. It's just so fucking stupid. Pisses me off. It's like the two day traders in Norway. They figured out how one of these algos worked, so they started trading against it, made a lot of money, and I think they went to jail. But when a bank issues or an institution issues an algo that trades against, like how retail traders trade, well, that's just capitalism and innovation. It's so disgusting. Yeah, that guy was rich. Did he make like 50 million before he was like something like he had a lot of money. He started with nothing and ran up his accounts to like a lot of money before he was before he was blamed for the flash crash. Yeah, but still, like he was an individual trader doing a lot of spoofing, but when an algorithm does the spoofing, well, then it's okay. So if he had just written some code, right, done it, had an algorithm instead, would they still have blamed him? It's just so fucking stupid. Like, it's bullshit like that. that makes people lose faith in capitalism. Yeah, I read about that guy. Oh man. Like he was worth like over a billion. He was worth like several. I think at least several 100 million. He started with nothing. He's been trading the energy futures, or whatever he traded, the energy prices, and then he blew up. Yeah, it's always the leverage, guys. Leverage and bad risk management. Doesn't matter how much money you make. If you use excessive leverage, have bad risk management, you are gonna blow up. Right now, I'm reading a book about by Victor Niederhofer, like also super smart trader. Like he was worth like hundreds of millions. Started with pretty much nothing, and he blew up twice. Like, what's the point of making hundreds of millions and then blowing up? Like, why do you need to take that leverage, right? There's no point. That's why I'm getting more and more conservative as my accounts grow. Like, my positions are smaller. I use less margin. Like, I'm much more conservative with everything I do, because I'm at a point like even having like a big drawdown, there's no point. Like it's so pointless. So that's why I love like why I think like Jesse Livermore is the best trader to learn from. Like he blew up I think 4 times and then he committed suicide. There's just, I mean, I get it, like these Robin Hood traders that have like $3,000-$5,000 accounts. Like, if you blow that up, who cares? You're gonna make it back, especially if you're young in your 20s. You're gonna make it back in no time. But when you're worth tens of millions or hundreds of millions, especially if you come from nothing, there's no point in taking on that much risk where you risk blowing up. It's just so stupid. Like, why do it to yourself? Just Google, just go type in Victor Niederhofer on Amazon. There's several books by him and about him, I think. I'm gonna show you in a sec. He's a very special guy. He's on Twitter, by the way. He's a very special guy. Very special guy. Like, I don't understand half of the things he says on Twitter. And his book is also very hard to read. He has a very philosophical way of thinking and writing. Super hard. Like, let's see here. Victor Niederhofer. He has very good like there's a lot of good things in the book, like how he does back testing, and always like if he hears someone says something, like, Fridays are always a shitty day to buy stock. What he does, he goes and back tests, like, is it true? And that's how he made a lot of money, but his risk management is really bad. Yeah, so I have both of these books, The Education of a Speculator and Practical Speculation. I haven't read the Practical Speculation book, but I've come halfway with The Education of a Speculator. Again, it's a very hard read. Some pages I just skip. But it's a very interesting. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. Like he traded under Soros. Like he was buddies with Soros and traded for him for like 10 years. Niederhofer chat room? Does Niederhofer have a chat room? No way. Let's see. Niederhofer. David. Here. Vic Niederhofer. Oh, he has the same. This is the cover of the book I'm reading. Oh, dailyspeculations.com. Oh, all right. Like, I mean, look at this guy. He's going crazy. He's even more crazy than his book. I mean, what the hell is he even writing? I mean, he's getting old now. I guess he's not sharp anymore, but he can't even spell anymore. What the hell is he writing? I mean, this guy is absolutely out of his mind. I guess blowing up twice doesn't really... It's not healthy, I guess, for your mentality, for your mental health. And if you can't trade anymore, start a paid chat room. What is this? An attractive woman from Victor Niederhofer. Oh, what the hell is this? The funny thing is, he has a whole chapter about sex in his book. Trading and sex. You can't make it up. He's a very special guy. Kind of funny. Oh well. Oh wow, workhorse getting towards 20. Fastly showing relative weakness. That's nice. BNTX about to hit new highs. Oh, GAN, what happened here? I bought this thing. I bought some GAN, by the way. Let's see what happens. Oh shit, I didn't realize how big my GAN position is. Okay, whatever. What does he say about sex? Read the book and you'll find out. Options? No, you know I don't do options. Search share money. You've been in the chat for a month now. You know I don't do options. Come on. Yeah, I've seen the YouTube. Isn't that like a Chinese interview, right? Some China media outlet doing the interview. Isn't that one? Let's see. Yeah, Japanese. Yeah. I don't do hedge. Come on, search share money. I don't do that stuff. Why would I hedge GAN? Let's see here. I need to catch up on some comments. GAN, if I would use 23-ish as my stop. Oh, sorry. GAN, no. I would say around 24 is a good area. Yeah, AB's life. I think so too. I think for a lot of traders, it's about getting the next kick. And if you're already rich and fat, you need to, use more leverage. Or you need to keep using a lot of leverage to get that kick, yeah. That's why it's so important to have shit going on outside of trading. Because if trading becomes your life, I mean, it's in a good and bad way. I guess it depends on your personality. I don't know if it matters, but like if you're trading for kicks, yeah, that's a problem. Everyone wants to be like Axe, yeah. Nari is super thin, but I'm aware of this stock. Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very intriguing name, but it's super. Maybe, yeah, it could work. It's been building lower highs. I think this thing goes back to sub 6 eventually. Yeah, I started reading books again. I haven't read many books over the past few years, but now in summertime and it's nice to multitask, to tan, build my tan, and read some books. So I've been started reading again. Zoom wants to go down. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So Zoom, I sold out and I switched short. Um, I'm short Zoom now. I'm not long anymore. I'm short it. I have 6,000 shares short on Zoom. And I'm gonna add more through the lows of the day. I'm gonna add another 1,000 shares. Damn, INO is shaping higher. Oh shit, I got triggered more on INO. Oh man, I have 75,000 short of this thing. Yeah, HCH is going, but David, how do you trade this thing? Like, how many shares can you buy? Like, I want to buy 50,000 shares of this thing. There's no way I can do it. Maybe you can buy 10,000 if you're lucky. But I just can't trade it. Too thin. Too thin. Okay, Zoom, I added more. I have 7,000 shares short now. This thing is showing relative weakness. There's no doubt. Let's see. Now pay me the 50k? No, no, David. I'm not gonna pay you 50k. Fuck limit orders. Macy's? Yeah. So the first stop on Zoom is gonna be the rising 20-day, which is about 5% lower. But the next stop, I think, you know, $200 area. Like it has potentially close to 20% downside from here. So, like I'm risking what, $4, $4.50 to potentially make $40, $50. So it's a good risk reward on Zoom. Again, I'm not long anymore. This thing is breaking a downtrend line here. And now it's showing relative weakness. That's never good when you have a momentum stock showing relative weakness. Those things can pull back a lot. What is this? Insu. Is it one of these SPAC plays? Probably is. BBBY. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So a lot of these beaten down cyclical names are bouncing off the lows. It was the exactly wrong time to sell NCLH. Well, whatever. Oh, what? DVAX? Interesting news. INO? Yeah, I know. INO, I know. I know. I know, I know. I know, I know. Yeah, it needs to break that 28. So far it held 28. Yep, DVAX, absolutely. Which account is the most important for traders in your opinion? What do you mean which account? On Twitter? I mean, it depends. It depends on your own style. How is living in Sweden? It's great. Is Workhorse up 50% today? Of course it fucking is. This thing is now up almost, it was up 80% from where I sold it. I love it. If you want some good ideas for Twitter follows, just go to my Twitter and look who I follow. I have 3 Twitter accounts, but my main account is some good ones. Of course, my account is the most important. Yes, I have heard of CYDI. The entry on this thing was a couple of weeks ago when it came out of that big base. It's a total pump. It's a promotion. But right now it's going higher. Any thoughts on next earnings season? I have no idea. No idea. I can't see into the future. No clue. I know that the last one was pretty good, but I have no idea how the next one is gonna be. Like a lot of stocks are up 50, 100% since last earnings season. Like I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be as good as the last one. because most stocks are stretched. That's the problem. Perfect trader and perfect speculator. I'm skeptical about the title. I haven't read them, but there is no such thing as a perfect trader. But I'm gonna check them out on Amazon. What's his name? Brad Koteshwar. Koteshwar. This guy. Perfect stock. Oh, I know this one. This is about Taser, okay? How do... So wait, so he wrote the... Yeah, I'm gonna show you the perfect stock. I'm gonna show you Taser. I have it in my database. Now it's called AAXN. I'm gonna show you the perfect stock. This thing had several hight flags. I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, pay attention now. Whatever you're doing, stop it. I'm gonna show you guys something. Instead of reading a whole book about it, instead of buying this book, the perfect stock, for 423, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you the perfect stock. Okay. This is what I've been talking about daily. This is from my Evernote database. Okay, Taser. So Taser went from like, I don't know, 50 cents to over 30 bucks inside of a year. That's like a 60 bagger. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something. Pay attention. These are things I keep talking about every day. This is like 2001. Okay, that's okay. So, yeah, it went from like 35 cents to over. That was almost 100 bagger in a year. Okay. Now pay attention. Now, do you remember I keep talking about the 10 and 20-day moving averages for momentum stocks? Pay attention. This yellow line is the 20-day moving average. Unfortunately I don't have the 10-day here. But you can just imagine the 10-day goes something like this. It's above the 20-day, okay? So this is a hight flag. You see how it's surfing the 20-day, goes sideways, builds a flag. This is a flag, okay? Now, this goes up. This thing pretty much doubles, pulls back a little bit, starts surfing the 20-day again, builds higher lows, gets tight, breaks out again. Hight flag, okay? Pulls back, undercuts the rising 20-day. Keeps going higher. Oh, and on this chart apparently I have the 10-day, but anyways, it keeps riding the 10-day moving average higher. Pulls back, finds support on the 10-day, goes sideways a bit, builds in a higher low, finds support on the rising 20-day, builds a higher low, or builds a series of higher lows, puts in a tight range, breaks out on volume, boom, you have another hight flag break. Goes up about 50-60%, pulls back to the rising 20-day, builds a series of higher lows, tight range, breaks out again. Okay? So it goes from what, 750? So it more than doubles in a month, okay, from this hight flag. Pulls back again to the rising 20-day, undercuts the rising 20-day, but puts in a higher low, reclaims, builds in a tight range, builds higher lows, breaks out again. And this time it more than doubles again. Okay? This is why I keep talking about the rising 10 and 20-day moving averages, higher lows and tight ranges. That's literally all I talk about every single day. I just saved you $4 and probably hours and hours of time. You don't need to buy this book. Follow the rising 10 and 10-day moving averages. Boom. This is a perfect stock, okay? I agree with the book. This is a perfect stock. I just saved you several hours of time. Now go find those setups. Okay? It's called Taser. Today it's called AAXN, Axon. No, I don't buy at the 20-day, but sometimes I buy a sheet breakout on the 60-minute chart or something like that. INO, yeah, INO is has had some pretty decent setups, yeah. Yeah, this guy made one trade. No, I mean he's probably made more, but yeah, it's a perfect stock. Like most stocks are not perfect. Most stocks are not gonna be 100 baggers in a year. You can see it on my charts. On the daily chart, I'm using the regular moving averages except for this EMA 65 EMA. On the 60-minute chart, I'm only using exponential moving averages. Doku, yeah, Doku is another one. You see the 10 and 20-day moving averages? Boom, there you go. Yeah, because you didn't use trailing stops. If you had used like the 20-day moving average as your trailing stop, you wouldn't have lost it all. That's why the 10 and 20-day are so important on the momentum stocks. Androhas, this is also something I keep repeating daily. Go through every stock in the U.S. markets. Okay, take the save a 500 of them to separate watch list, like stocks that went up a few 100% in say 6 months or like 500% in a couple of years. Just save those and then go through those. Look for setups. Look at how they acted, right? Pretty soon you will see the same setups keep repeating, and then you build a method around those setups. And you need to build your own database, no matter if you build it in Evernote or somewhere else. You need to spend at least 1,000 hours studying setups. Yeah, it took a year. Let's go. AXN, okay? This is the same stock. This is Taser. Okay? Here is the run. Today it's almost $100. This is the run 2003, 2004 when it was pretty much 100 bagger. Okay? Let's go back and look at it. This is the monthly chart. Look at this thing. Went from like, well, this is split adjusted, like 30 cents to $32, 7,000% in, let's see, end of April 2003 to end of April 2004. Pretty much exactly 1 year, 7,000%, or even more. Wait, maybe even more. Let's look at the logarithmic chart. Here to here. Yeah, 8,500%. Boom. All you had to do was follow the 10 and the 20-day moving averages. No rocket science involved. No need to write the whole book about it. Learn the setups and you're gonna make millions. Nothing new under the sun. The same setups repeat over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Why SMA? Because I like it more. I went back, I looked at thousands of charts, and I felt the SMAs work really well. But if you go back and look at thousands of charts historically and you find the EMA works better, you can use the EMA. In that case, please tell me if you find that the EMA works better. That's why I use the SMA and not the EMA. Yeah, absolutely. Beely, look at this. New all-time highs. Boom. The chart has been screaming at us for the whole of last week, and especially this morning. All you had to do was listen. Now, there's no guarantee it's gonna follow through, but as long as the markets don't tank from here, there's no reason this thing can go to like 50, 55, 60. Do you add? I already added today. I added today already. Alright, workhorse hopefully pulls back again to the 65, 66 area, puts in another higher low, builds a range here between, in the high 60s. And then maybe we get a breakout, or maybe not. I'm worried the warrants are gonna get exercisable later this week, so we'll see how it acts once the warrants come out. Oh, Zoom, okay. So far, Zoom is bouncing off the rising 10-day and the 65 EMA on the 60-minute chart. Now it's showing some strength. It just needed to. We'll see. Okay, I'm probably gonna get stopped out. I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, Beely, my initial buy was here. Yeah, 612, 12th of June. That stock screamed at us. The last time the market pulled back here, these 2 days, the market pulled back. And look at what Beely did. Beely went pretty much sideways that first day when the market had a big pullback. And the second day, Beely broke out while the Nasdaq was down. This stock screamed at us. And today too, the stock is screaming at us. The markets are down. Well, they were down. Now they're up slightly. And this thing breaking out. You need to learn to listen to stocks. You can see my stops on the chart. Always use the lows of the day. Or at least some kind of a point on the 60-minute chart. I know what's going on with Oh, fuck! I took $102,000 loss on it. Fuck me, I hate this thing. Oh, so between NVAX and INO, I'm down pretty much 200k almost. Fucking shit stocks. Yeah, man, these are annoying. So NVAX I lost 77k or close to 80k. No, never mind. 77k, yeah. And close to maybe over 100k on INO. So close to 200k. Yeah, I know. They don't want to take it down into those news. It's a dangerous overnight. Could go to 40, 50, I know. Yeah, whatever. Man, so I'm up, yeah, pretty much what I'm up on Fastly, I lost on NVAX and INO. Okay, whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, a lot of things are going. Beely is going. Like, even with the 2 losses I had on NVAX INO, I'm still green on the day. Like, I'm up 160 on Fastly. No, wait. Yeah, 170 on Fastly. SHLL, I'm up like 200k today. A lot of stocks are up for me. So I'm up on BLDP, I'm up a bunch. GAN, BNTX. I'm having a good day, even though I took those $200,000 loss. That $200,000 combined loss. Super annoying. Ugh. Oh, well, I guess a bunch of stocks are down too, like D-Dog and Twilio, and we'll see. I'm gonna do one more fast scan here and okay. Let's see. Fastly, Zoom, Shady. I'm gonna put back on my watch list. GSX. GSX looks good. I'm gonna use it as a proxy for speculation money. Like, GSX is the ultimate proxy for speculation money right now. So I'm gonna put it back on my watch list. Not gonna trade it, but just to see how it, as long as GSX keeps going higher, the market is in a good shape. There is speculation money coming in. That's the way I see it. All right. Why? Because it's probably a fraud, and it keeps going higher. That's why. It's like LK. Like, LK also had fraud accusations. Wait, now it's let's see, it's delisted now. What? LKNCY. Like, Muddy Waters hit it, right? Went down a little bit, but then it went higher. After Muddy Waters hit it, the lows of this day, LK bounced 56%. And then finally, it was hit hard. That's what I think will happen with GSX. This thing could go much higher, but eventually I think, reality is gonna catch up. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'm done for today. Blink. Bounce 20? What do you mean bounce 20? I don't know what you mean by bounce 20. It's a $3 stock. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for joining. Hope you had a great trading day. I hope you didn't trade NVAX and INO with me because you would have lost money. Instead, I hope you guys only traded Fastly, Beely, and Can with me, or GAN. Sorry. Buy small HCCH? No, I'm not. Hey, David, I'm gonna buy 50,000 HCCH with a market order. Do you hold momentum stocks? All the stocks I'm in are momentum stocks. No, I'm a swing trader. I don't day trade. I don't day trade. All right, guys. Thanks for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great trading day.